Page 36, My Melancholy Baby. This is very slow piece. It's a kind of a, you almost, a very, what we call rubato. You just give and take on the rhythm. I mean, it's just, you have to feel the piece, you know. You're not rhythmically exact. We're going to be rhythmically exact when we play it, because when you learn it, you do it rhythmically exact, and then once you know it, then you can change it. I have a few suggestions for different fingerings if you want to try them out. If not, that's fine. In the right hand, on page 36, and the third line down is the first measure. You have all those eighth notes. They're saying a 1, 2, 1. Okay. I suggest you play the first two eighth notes with a 2, 3, and then a 1. That's my opinion. I'm not crazy about the fingering in the fourth line there with those, but it works, so okay, that's fine. You're crossing over there or under the thumb or whatever. You're crossing over the thumb and you're passing the thumb under a lot in this piece, and that's good practice. That's good. I will point a couple things out in the left hand. In the second line, second measure, that is a fourth finger on that D, okay? Because you're coming, the measure previous, you're using a fifth finger on the D in the chord. But on that second measure, put the fourth finger on it. And then I recommend for the third beat, that D by itself, put the third finger on it. Because that puts you in position. So it's that second line starts out here, and then the second measure, it's here. Page 37, third line down, second measure, right? It is a 1, 2 in the left hand. So you get it? Okay. In the page 37, it's the fourth line down. That's the first ending. The second measure of that in the left hand. You see those last three chords? Is a 3, 1, then 4, 2. They're suggesting 4, 2 again. You could do 5, 3 if you wanted to, but you have to repeat now, and you're going back to the beginning, and that beginning is here. So if you have a 4, 2 on that last chord in the first ending, you're in position to repeat and play that chord at the beginning again. The fermatas throughout this, I'm just going to take the smallest note and double it. Now, if it happens to be on an eighth note, like in the first measure, I have to add a full beat or I get off on the metronome. So it would be something like this on the metronome. It's like holding it for 3/8 notes instead of 2/8 notes. Otherwise the metronome gets off. And I have to do that on all the eighth note fermatas that they've got in here. But the rest of them I can do double. The fermata on the third line on 37 in the second measure is a dotted half note. I'm just going to add another quarter note value to it and then go on. So it's, instead of 1 1/2, I'm going to hold it for 2 1/2 counts. I recommend you see if you can find some recordings of somebody singing it, and you get an idea of the give and take of the rhythm, because they will slow down and speed up and slow down and speed up, and they make it smaltzy. They make it sort of a lovey-dovey thing. It's weird. Okay. I'll give you 4 counts because it's a 4/4 time. Let's try it. You see, right hand here. Left hand here, foot's on the pedal, so it's ready to go. 1, 2, ready, go.